The studio lights of Jimmy Kimmel Live bathed the Hollywood stage in a warm glow as the audience roared with anticipation for the night's star guest, Harrison Ford, the iconic actor behind Han Solo, Indiana Jones, and countless cinematic legends. The crowd, a mix of loyal fans and starstruck tourists, buzzed with excitement as Jimmy Kimmel, with his signature grin, welcomed Ford to promote his latest film, a thought-provoking drama about environmental collapse. Ford, at 83, still carried the rugged charm and dry wit that had defined his career, settling into the guest chair with a slight smirk, as if he knew the chaos that was about to unfold. Kimmel kicked things off with his usual blend of humor, tossing softballs about Ford's new role and his decades in Hollywood. But the mood shifted when Kimmel veered into more personal territory, asking about Ford's outspoken views on climate change and his recent criticism of Hollywood's woke agenda. "Harrison, you've never been one to mince words," Kimmel said, his tone playful but pointed. "You've called out the industry for pandering." "Care to elaborate?" Ford's eyes narrowed, his fingers tapping the armrest. "I said what I said, Jimmy. I'm here to talk about the movie, not to dissect every tweet I've ever sent." The audience chuckled, but the tension was palpable, like a storm brewing just off camera. Kimmel, sensing an opening, pushed further, referencing a viral X post where Ford had dismissed modern blockbusters as soulless CGI spectacles. "Are you saying your own films, like Star Wars, wouldn't hold up today?" Kimmel asked, his smile tightening. Ford leaned forward, his voice low and deliberate. "Don't twist my words, Jimmy. I made movies with heart, sweat, blood, and real sets, not green screens and focus groups." The crowd murmured, some clapping, others shifting uncomfortably, as the exchange grew heated. Kimmel, undeterred, tried to lighten the mood with a joke about Ford's gruff demeanor, but it backfired. "You know, you're sounding like Han Solo yelling at C-3PO, Kimmel quipped, prompting scattered laughs. Ford's face hardened. "Maybe I'm just tired of shows like this turning real talk into a punchline," he shot back, his voice cutting through the studio. The audience gasped, sensing the interview was spiraling. Kimmel, visibly rattled, tried to pivot, but Ford was done playing along. "You invited me here to talk about my work, not to be your dancing monkey," he said, his tone icy. Then, in a moment that would light up the internet, Ford stood, unclipped his microphone, and said, "I've got better things to do than this." As he stormed off the set, his parting words echoed, "You want a show, Jimmy? Call a comedian." The audience erupted, half cheering, half stunned as Kimmel fumbled, "Well, that's one way to make an exit." Before cutting to commercial. Within minutes, clips flooded X, with hashtags like #FordWalks and #KimmelClash trending worldwide. Posts from users like @TalkSpotlights amplified the drama, calling it the most shocking moment in Kimmel history, though some, like a Burlington Gazette piece, warned that such viral moments can be exaggerated or staged for clicks. News outlets pounced, with headlines screaming Harrison Ford's meltdown, while others praised his no-nonsense stand. Rumors swirled that ABC had banned Ford from future appearances, though no official confirmation emerged. The clash wasn't just a TV memento, it was a cultural flashpoint, exposing the friction between Hollywood's old guard and the media's thirst for viral drama. The fallout from Harrison Ford's dramatic exit from Jimmy Kimmel Live was immediate and relentless, a wildfire spreading across the digital landscape. By the next morning, the clip had been viewed millions of times on YouTube and TikTok, with one video from @user 8588692827207 racking up 41 likes and thousands of shares, dubbing it Ford's shocking meltdown. On X, fans were divided. Some hailed Ford as a hero for calling out Kimmel's gotcha tactics, with posts like "Harrison Ford just said what we're all thinking, enough with the media circus." Others slammed him as unprofessional, tweeting, "Ford's too big to handle a little ribbing, grow up." The hashtag #FordWalks trended alongside #TeamKimmel, reflecting a polarized public. News outlets fueled the frenzy, with MSN and Newsbreak running breathless recaps, some exaggerating the incident as a ban from the show, despite no evidence to support it. Kimmel addressed the clash on his next episode, trying to diffuse the tension with humor. "I guess Harrison's not a fan of my interview style, but we're still sending him a fruit basket." The quip drew laughs but didn't quell the storm. Behind the scenes, ABC was in damage control, with insiders reporting heated debates about how to handle Ford's walk-off. Some producers wanted to invite him back to smooth things over, while others feared it would reignite the drama. The band narrative, amplified by clickbait YouTube titles like "Harrison Ford thrown off Kimmel's show," gained traction, though sources like the Burlington Gazette cautioned that such stories often exploit viral moments for profit. Ford, true to his reputation, stayed silent at first, letting the chaos unfold. But at a press event days later, he offered a cryptic comment: "I don't do dog and pony shows. I say what I mean and move on." The remark, shared widely on X, only fueled his image as a no-nonsense icon. The incident tapped into a deeper cultural divide, the clash between Hollywood's traditional titans and a media landscape obsessed with soundbites and provocation. Commentators on CNN and Fox News debated whether Kimmel's questions were fair or a deliberate attempt to bait Ford, with some pointing to the host's history of pushing celebrity guests for laughs. Others argued that Ford's reaction reflected a broader frustration with how the media portrays aging stars, reducing their legacies to memes and hot takes. The controversy also sparked a wave of nostalgia for Ford's classic roles, with fans flooding social media with clips of Han Solo and Indiana Jones, celebrating his take-no-prisoners attitude. Meanwhile, Kimmel's team issued a statement emphasizing the show's commitment to fun, respectful interviews, but the damage was done. The incident became a case study in late-night TV's tightrope walk between entertainment and confrontation. Community leaders and media scholars seized the moment, hosting panels on how talk shows shape public perception, with one professor noting, "Ford's walk-off wasn't just about Kimmel, it was a rejection of a media culture that thrives on manufactured drama." On X, users shared stories of feeling misrepresented or ambushed, turning the clash into a broader conversation about authenticity. The incident even inspired fan art, with a viral mural in Los Angeles depicting Ford with a quote, "You want a show? Call a comedian." For Kimmel, the clash was a rare misstep, with some longtime viewers questioning his approach, while others defended his right to challenge guests. The Jimmy Kimmel Live ratings spiked, proving controversy sells, but at the cost of its reputation as a safe celebrity space. The question lingered: had Ford burned a bridge, or had he cemented his legacy as Hollywood's last true rebel? Weeks after Harrison Ford's explosive walk-off from Jimmy Kimmel Live, the incident had become a cultural phenomenon, dissected in every corner of the internet and beyond. The viral clip was inescapable, racking up millions of views on platforms like TikTok, where one video captioned "Ford eviscerates Kimmel" went viral, despite warnings from outlets like the Burlington Gazette that such moments are often hyped for clicks. On X, the debate raged on, with hashtags like #HarrisonFord and #KimmelClash fueling heated exchanges. Fans posted GIFs of Ford's exit, captioned with phrases like "when you're done with the BS," while critics argued he'd overreacted to a harmless jab. One user tweeted, "Ford acted like Kimmel insulted his entire career at Chill Han Solo." The polarized response mirrored broader tensions, between authenticity and performance, between Hollywood's old guard and a media machine hungry for viral moments. Ford's walk-off also sparked a wave of introspection about late-night TV's role in the culture wars. Articles in Variety and The Atlantic analyzed the clash as a symptom of a fractured media landscape, where hosts like Kimmel must balance humor with the risk of alienating guests. Some pointed to Ford's history of dodging Star Wars questions, noting a 2013 Kimmel sketch where he stormed off after a comedic run-in with Chewbacca, a scripted bit that contrasted sharply with this unscripted drama. The comparison fueled speculation: was this latest clash real, or another elaborate stunt? Ford's silence on the matter kept the mystery alive, though his brief comment at a film festival, "I don't play games for ratings," suggested genuine frustration. His new film, meanwhile, saw a box office bump, with fans citing the controversy as a reason to support him. Harrison Ford doesn't bend for anyone, one ex-post read, shared thousands of times. Kimmel, for his part, faced a tougher road. His next few episodes were scrutinized for signs of caution, with some viewers noting a softer tone in his celebrity interviews. A source close to the show claimed producers were rethinking the edgy approach, wary of losing other high-profile guests. The banned rumor persisted, amplified by YouTube channels like Talk Spotlights, but ABC never confirmed it, leading some to suspect it was clickbait hype. The incident also sparked a broader conversation about how media handles aging icons. Ford's critique of soulless blockbusters resonated with fans who felt Hollywood had lost its way, while others saw his outburst as a sign of being out of touch. Social media became a platform for deeper discussions, with users sharing stories of standing up to misrepresentation, echoing Ford's defiance. Community organizations hosted town halls on media ethics, using the clash as a case study. In schools, teachers incorporated the incident into lessons about authenticity and public discourse, with one viral lesson plan quoting Ford's dancing monkey line. The clash even inspired a wave of cultural output, from podcasts dissecting late-night dynamics to a viral SNL skit parodying a talk show host begging a guest not to leave. For Ford, the incident solidified his image as a Hollywood maverick, unafraid to walk away from the spotlight. For Kimmel, it was a reminder that even the savviest host can misjudge a guest's limits. The public, caught in the crossfire, wrestled with questions of truth versus spectacle in a media world that thrives on both. Months after Harrison Ford's seismic walk-off from Jimmy Kimmel Live, the incident remained a cultural touchstone, etched into the zeitgeist as a symbol of defiance and authenticity. The clip had become a pop culture artifact, referenced in everything from late-night monologues to Reddit threads, with Ford's "Call a Comedian" line spawning t-shirts, memes, and even a mural in Austin, Texas. His film, buoyed by the controversy, became a critical and commercial hit, with fans packing theaters to support the last real one in Hollywood. As one ex-post put it, Ford leaned into his rebel image, focusing on his work while dropping occasional barbs about media nonsense in interviews. At a charity event, he quipped, "I'd rather save the planet than argue on TV," drawing cheers and fueling his legend. Kimmel, meanwhile, navigated a trickier path. The Jimmy Kimmel Live ratings soared in the short term, but the incident left a lingering mark, with some viewers questioning whether the show had crossed a line from playful to provocative. Kimmel's team doubled down on celebrity-friendly segments, inviting lighter guests to avoid another clash. In a rare candid moment, Kimmel admitted on air, "I may have pushed Harrison too far, but he's still welcome back, a hot dog costume optional," referencing a 2015 Halloween episode where Ford appeared in good spirits. The joke landed, but the banned rumor persisted, fueled by sensational YouTube titles like "Harrison Ford thrown off Kimmel's show." Despite no official confirmation from ABC, the incident's cultural impact was profound, sparking a wave of soul-searching about late-night TV's role in an era of polarized discourse. A documentary, Exit Stage Left, When Stars Walk Off, explored the Ford-Kimmel clash alongside other viral TV moments, earning praise for its nuanced take on media ethics. Scholars argued that Ford's reaction reflected a broader fatigue with Hollywood's obsession with optics over substance, while fans saw it as a stand against a media culture that reduces legends to punchlines. The clash also had a political edge, with conservative outlets framing Ford as a champion against woke Hollywood, while progressive voices defended Kimmel's right to challenge guests. On X, users continued to debate, with hashtags like #FordForever and #KimmelWasRight keeping the conversation alive. Grassroots campaigns emerged, encouraging fans to share stories of standing up for their beliefs, turning Ford's walk-off into a broader movement about authenticity. In cities like Chicago and Atlanta, community screenings of Ford's films became spaces for dialogue about media and identity. The incident even inspired policy changes, with some talk shows reportedly tightening guest vetting to avoid similar blow-ups. For Ford, the clash was a career-defining moment, reinforcing his status as a star who plays by his own rules. For Kimmel, it was a humbling lesson in the risks of live TV. For America, it was a mirror, reflecting the tension between truth and spectacle in a world where every moment can become a viral firestorm.